So this is another controversial video. Um, I guess everything that's really on my mind is controversial because I actually analyze the world and have my own thoughts about the world instead of analyzing the world and just agreeing with what the world says the world is. So I don't believe in depression. I don't believe in anxiety. Um, I do believe there are some real mental disorders like schizophrenia. I think that's too complicated to really chop down as, oh, that's not real. I think it's very complicated situation. But when it comes to anxiety and depression, I think our society is having a um mental breakdown as a whole. So as I was sitting here thinking, right? So like a week ago or so. So I did MDMA during last week a few times, and this week you can say I'm not sad. You know, they're not sad. I'm fucking happy as shit. It's just it's easier for my emotions to get sad if something goes wrong in my life. It's much easier for me to go into the woe is me instead of the fuck it, who cares, whatever, life goes on. Um, So what I'm noticing is that's probably an effect of the MDMA. What I also notice is every fucking, not every, but almost every fucking human that lives in America is strung out on drugs. Either Xanax, maybe they've been taking Adderall since they were children, maybe they've been taking, like, I don't think humans understand drugs to the point where since you've been, let's say you're one of those people who's been using Adderall since a child, and you stop using the Adderall now that you're an adult, you're gonna have permanent damage from the Adderall. I think humans are in fucking denial. It's not that you're anxious, it's that you have permanent damage to your receptors, most likely. I'm not a scientist, so I don't know. But I do know that if I did MDMA every day, just like humans are doing Adderall every day for their ADHD, I would end up with serotonin, with something wrong with my serotonin receptors, and I might not be able to communicate as well as I can, or I might be sad all the time for no reason, or whatever, because the human body is a machine, and you have the possibility of fucking up your machine without repair. Um, I think that we're all in denial because I like to use me, because I guess I have to use me as an example. Because if I do not throw out examples from myself, humans will be like, well, who the fuck are you to say that I don't have depression or I don't have anxiety? You don't know how I feel and you don't know what I've been through. I know what you've been through is the reason why you feel what you feel. That's the only reason you feel what you feel. The only reason I feel what I feel is because I went through a lot of shit in my life, but I had an amazing mother. My mom, it's not that she had much money, it's not that she had much things. She gave me more love and she gave me her time. Now, those two things combined literally empowered my consciousness. It made it so when I was sad, I never said I had depression. When I was anxious, I never said I had anxiety. When I was because it's not that I had these things, I was going through these things. I went through a time in my life where I was having extreme panic attacks for like months on end. I couldn't breathe. It felt like somebody was sitting on my chest. It starts with the shakiness on the inside. You start feeling shaky, and when you're talking, your voice is shaking in a sense. It's like this insane cold fear fucking thing. You know, some people will start to feel cold and they'll start shivering, or some people will start to, because it's still the shake, whether you're shaking because you're cold, or you're shaking because you're anxious, or you're shaking because you're scared. It's all fear based mindset, I guess. Anxiety stems from fear based thoughts. Anxiety stems from uh, you not feeling comfortable with what you're doing right now. So do something different. And what I mean is, like, anxiety is such a broad term, ADHD is such a broad term, ADD is such a broad term, but I don't believe humans have ADHD. I believe, or the reason why I don't believe in disorders is because I think the human mind is just what is. I don't think it's disordered. I think that we are some dumb monkeys trying to explain a computer lab. I've heard so many people say shit like that, and it, like, a lot of this shit went over my head until Like, it clicked for me, and it's going to do the same thing for you. That the reason why you feel anxious is because the thoughts you're thinking and the life you're living. It's so simple but so complicated. Because how do you okay, if your parents raised you a shitty way, whatever. So now you're anxious. How do you fix that? Because it's like the fucked up part about the world is the reason why, like, I can tell people this information and people will get upset, people will get mad, but the fact of the matter is the reason why I don't feel what you feel is because I didn't live the life you live. And there's nothing I can do about that. There's nothing we can do about that. I can't give you my mom. I can't rewind time and say, yo, bro, let me take your life and you can take mine. And, you can get the comfort. But it also wasn't easy for me either. There was times in my life where, like, I was eating ketchup sandwiches because I was fucking hungry, and that's all there was. Like, there was condiments in the fridge, not no peanut butter, no nothing. And, like, it wasn't like that all the time. But times like that stick in your head because traumatic moments stick in a child's mind. So when I was a child, that moment sticked in my mind because as I grew up, I realized other humans didn't do that. Other humans didn't have to do that. When I was 10 years old, my mom lost the house because it was her mom's house, but, like, her mom died when I was 3, and, like, she didn't know anything about taxes or bills or nothing. My mom was really uneducated, and it's not her fault. It's just the way things were. This is the problem we're having, is we're too emotionally attached, we're too connected to our fucking self, for one. Like, you're so attached to yourself that you can't even see when you're a dick or not. You can't see when you're an asshole. You can't see when you're fucking someone's life up. You can't see when, maybe you should have handled that situation a little better that made your mother kick you out, or that made you, your girlfriend leave you, or that made you, maybe you shouldn't have did that thing that pissed that person off or whatever. Maybe that person shouldn't have got pissed off. And, but you'll never really fully be in charge of you until you are ready to fight you. You have to fight yourself. You can't fuck what the world says, fuck what your doctor said. There have been humans that have been told they're never going to walk again, they'll never be able to move their legs, and they're fucking walking today. Because they said, fuck you, doctor, I am going to try to do this every day. Because what else was the person going to do with their life? They're either going to sit there and say, woe is me, or they're going to get up and do something about it. That's it. That's how life is. And that's kind of how I was with intelligence, I guess. Because in school, I didn't finish high school. I don't have my GED. But I made sure that I gained knowledge because it was a choice. I was fighting against my old self. I still do it every day. But, like, the reason I'm making this video, like, real fucking shit, the reason I'm making this video is because I was a little irritated. I guess, probably because I was doing the MDMA, and just when things don't go my way, and that's my ego just being like, yo, I want everything to go my way, and it needs to be perfect because I have this plan, and I know if I do this plan, things will fucking wow, and, like, but sometimes I guess I forget that I'm a fucking human, and it's like the human body is a machine that if you don't pump the right molecules in it, it can't work correctly. So we blame our situation on what happened to us. Your situation, your anxiety, your depression, your life is not about what happened to you, but about what the fuck are you gonna do about it? You gonna sit there and cry? Like, okay, cry. But then after you're done crying, get the fuck up. Like, I think the problem is that we sit there and cry and we want people to be like, oh, it's okay, and comfort, because everyone's fucked up, bro. Everyone's going through fucked up shit. Everyone's depressed. Everyone's miserable. Right now in our society today, it is literally fucking cool to take Xanax because everyone's fucking anxious and fucked up. No, that's fucking stupid. I think that the easy way to handle our problem is to take the Xanax, is to drink the alcohol, is to smoke the cigarettes, is to talk to your miserable fucking friends about how miserable your life is, and then get drunk with them and then laugh about it, just so you can go back to your miserable fucking life being anxious as shit and can't breathe worth a damn. Like, I don't understand. Like, shit gets me mad because, and I guess it's not anger, it's passion, because I want people to be in control of their own fucking life. I want you to feel alive. Sometimes feeling alive doesn't feel good. We all want to feel, humans want to feel good so damn much that, like, if you felt that good all the time, you'd be crying while you're smiling. Saying, yo, bro, I just want to stop smiling. Like, you have to learn to just ride the wave and go with life. If you're feeling anxious, it's most likely because you're fighting something. What are you fighting? What is wrong? What are you thinking about that is making you anxious? And sometimes it's what our parents did to us. Sometimes your parents did some fucked up shit to you. There's humans that do fucked up shit to their kids. But some kids, yeah, you're gonna have I guess those type of kids are gonna have a harder time to deal with this than I did because I was lucky. There's nothing I can do about that. I don't know. But I wasn't lucky. If somebody really was in life, they'd be like, yo, bro, the only thing I had was immense love. But I guess I came to find out in the human world, that's all you need. You don't need what these humans think you need to raise children. Humans think you need money to raise children. You need a house, you need a car, you need this, you need that, you need security. No, what you need is adaptability. What you need is to be able to adapt to any situation that you get into. Like, what are we going to teach our children? How to be anxious? How to be scared? How to not fight for what you believe in? How to shut the fuck up and don't say what's on your mind? Like, I don't know. I tend to just speak my mind. And, like, I was realizing that a lot of people are not going to agree because it's like they've made friends with their depression. It's like you've made friends with your anxiety. You're so used to feeling depressed that that's who the fuck you think you are. That's like people who have felt depressed for years on end. They think that's who they are. That's part of their personality. It's not even a problem to them. It's like saying, my skin's brown, right? So it's like them with their depression and anxiety and ADHD and bipolar and all this. It's like my skin being brown. They're saying, there's nothing I can do about it. It's just the way I was born. But, like, no, there is something you can do about it. And, like, I don't know. If I don't, so I'm going to mention something. But before I mention this, I want to preface this on the only reason I have to mention this in so many videos is because humans are so scared to be real. So, like, I got a missing tooth and I'm going to get my teeth fixed, and I could have prevented it if I didn't live the life I live. If I had a different mom, if I had your mom, then I guarantee my teeth would have been fine. But it's not my mom's fault. It's my fault. But in the same time, it's a cycle that was being repeated. So humans are caught in that same shit in different ways. And it's like, if I don't talk about my insecurities, my problems, people think you're downing them. People think you're talking shit about them. There's this weird thing where you're trying to help someone. So if you see someone and you try to help them and they're depressed and you tell them, listen, you eat like shit. You don't do anything that's for your future. You do nothing that's passionate or that you love. You go to work and you make money and that's all you do and you're miserable. No shit, you're miserable. Do something about it. They're going to think you're talking shit to them. They're going to think that, who the fuck are you to say this, bro? And then it's like, yo, bro, you just asked me about shit, so I'm just telling you what was on my mind about that. And, like, people don't like to hear the truth. They want to hear some comforting bullshit so they can go fall back in love with their depression and anxiety. Like, if you're so in love with anxiety, like, yeah, keep thinking the same thoughts. But I was not. I was so anxious. Like, I couldn't fucking breathe one time. I was so anxious I had to stop smoking weed. Like, now it's like, I love anxiety. I try to smoke weed just to feel anxiety. Because I understand that feeling, what feelings are. Anxiety is usually something that pushes me. It's usually meaning that I'm doing something that's not suiting me, that doesn't feel right.
Um, Jim Carrey said anxiety is, when your, soul is basically sick and tired of playing the character you've been playing. Meaning, like, you're in a movie, and what character are you playing? Are you being real? Are you being you? Or are you like 10 different people whenever you're around 10 different people? I'm so me that I don't have to think about being me. But at that same time, people, by being you, you're going to find out not everyone's going to like you. Especially the honest humans. Not everyone, people don't like the honest humans. We look at them with like, wow, like, bro, you were like, we kind of admire them because they're so real. But we look at them like, damn, bro, like, okay. But it's the truth. Humans need to hear more of the truth. You should be you more often because you are beautiful. There's this weird shit where the reason why you don't feel beautiful is because you're not being you. Beautiful, like, all this shit, bro. All of it. Every fucking, like, bipolar, I don't know if bipolar is real or if it's just the fact that thoughts create reality. So if you think about something long enough, you can create it. And, like, I know ADHD has, like, kind of been proven not to be real because humans are the human species, and this is my opinion, and I apologize. But I think the human species as a whole is stupid based on you're giving. I know a 3-year-old that was given Adderall because they said he had ADHD. Humans are fucking stupid. You're giving a child a derivative of meth. I don't care what anyone. They say Adderall's not meth. That's like saying MDA is nothing like MDMA. Or that's like saying, like, I don't know, humans don't understand drugs. So because humans don't understand drugs and molecules, we're able to be told whatever lie, and our society believes that lie, and it fucks our children up, it fucks the planet up. Look at the world today. Like, I'm all for anyone doing whatever they want to do. I don't care if you're gay, bi, trans, black, white, blue, yellow. I don't care. I don't care if you're from Mars. I love all alien life. Like, fuck yeah. Like, there's this Black Lives Matter movement. Fuck yeah. But let's start an Alien Lives Matter movement. Fuck yeah, bro. Like, aliens exist. But all jokes aside, I don't care who you are. I care about how you think about yourself. I care about, do you love yourself? I care about, like, do you feel good? Are you feeling alive? Like, are you going to have any regret when you die? I hope you can just lessen your regret as much as possible when you're on your way to death. And how you do that is you do things. You speak your mind. You do the things you really love to do and you really want to do. You just move. You move through the physical world in the third dimension. This Earth planet that we live on. Like, I don't know. I think the reason why humans are kind of depressed and anxious is because most humans are lacking depth on actually who they are. So, of course, you're going to feel a little anxious and depressed and sad as you get through life and you realize that you just made money and you don't have really anything. And especially if you're single and, maybe you didn't have kids and, you never gained knowledge on anything about Egypt or the planet or Earth or spirits or dimensions or life or death or humans, aliens. If you never gain knowledge on shit, of course you're going to feel off. I don't know how to explain it. You'll feel better as you start going on your journey. Your journey is whatever the fuck it is, but if you're feeling anxious, that means you're probably not on your journey. You're probably not doing enough to push you towards feeling alive. Because I'm doing everything I love to do, I'm feeling alive. So I just got this beat maker and I have to buy a few plugins before I can start using it fully. And as I can't use FL Studios 20 fully right now to make beats, I feel a little off. But of course I do, because I need to have the ability to make music when I want to, whenever it is. Doesn't matter if I wake up at 2 a.m. and I hear a melody in my head, I need to get it the fuck out, because it makes me feel alive. So if I can't do that, it makes me feel a little off. But so many people don't know anything about themselves that you don't even know why you feel off. Like, I know why I feel off because I love making music, and if I'm not making music, then I kind of feel off. Just like if I'm not making videos. If I stop making videos for a while, I'm going to feel a little off. I'm going to feel like there's too many thoughts in my mind and I need to get them out. I've just learned
to get to know myself. And if you're feeling anxious or depressed or an overlong period of something, of anger, of everyone gets mad, but like if it's an overlong period of anger, just like depression, because that can happen. There's bipolar, there's manic bipolar, there's all these things, and I think a lot of this stems from you not doing what you were meant to do. So like if you're a grown ass human and you never did what grown people are supposed to do, yeah, your mind might wink eventually. Like you might just crack. And because you were never taught what you were meant to be taught. Maybe your parents did some fucked up shit to you. Maybe this and that. Maybe you never got the love you were meant to get. So therefore your mind isn't like mine. My mind is different because I had love from the beginning. I went to a Catholic school, when I was 5 years old, from pre-K to third grade. So therefore, like, I was instilled Jesus and religion and all this extra shit as a child. So all these things influenced my mind to be a spiritual type mind. My mind was already thinking about life and death when it was 5 and 6 because I was learning about Jesus and all this other shit and about heaven and the Virgin Mary and all these. Even though I think a lot of this shit is some weird bullshit or some of it's true, but probably some trip reports. People are probably tripping balls or something. But like back then, I was amazed that this shit was possible. Like, oh my God, there was a God. Jesus existed. There was a man who was kind of like the embodiment of God. And all these things that I was taught from 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, it definitely influenced my mind today. Because then that's the reason why I kind of wanted to figure out religion. Because I was taught one religion. And I was like, well, what about these other religions? Who's Buddha? What's Hinduism? Came across shamanism, and that was that. Like, shamanism was the one for me, but even now I have my own modern way of looking at it. I don't look at shamanism the way shamanism, like the original shamanism, and I don't look at anxiety, depression, or feelings the way everyone else looks at feelings because I'm not you. And you're not me. And this isn't like saying that your anxiety isn't real, because your anxiety is definitely real. You are really feeling whatever you're feeling. But I'm trying to explain that you can gain control of what you're feeling. You don't need to take drugs, because that's not going to make work. Drugs make it worse. Like, even a shaman wouldn't just put someone on a plant for the rest of their life and say, yeah, that'll help your anxiety. Like, yeah, I can give someone, if somebody is depressed, yeah, I can give them kratom, and it's going to make them feel a little better. But if they take kratom too long, it's just going to make them feel way, way, way worse, especially if they've never done an opioid. So, because kratom it's addictive and it has an opioid withdrawal to it. So, you have to be careful. We're not told that these drugs they're giving us is like they have withdrawal symptoms and they have, I don't know, they can do more damage than was already there because some of these humans, a lot of these people, there's nothing wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with you. It's what you've been told, and it's bullshit. If I went to a therapist, I swear to God this motherfucker would think I'm crazy. But there's nothing he can say that would really register to me because I'm like, okay, I'm living my normal life though. Like, because I understand, you have to be grounded. You can't just float off into the wind and, whatever, and psychedelics are the truth. But, I don't know. I think with more actual help, like psychedelic help, mushrooms getting ready to be used. Mushrooms are already being used for, people who are diagnosed with cancer who are going to die. They're being used for people like that. People that depressed people, I guess, are having like therapists give them MDMA because MDMA, the way most hippies use it, is wrong in a sense for helping someone. It would actually make them way worse. MDMA and the way therapists use it, how they like give you 1 session, 2 sessions, and then like you end up feeling better after that long term. That's the way to do it, because psychedelics are more like, boom, You get the information, it changes your life forever. The medicine the doctors give us is more, here, you take this every day, and it just kind of numbs your feelings and takes them away. Um, Instead of teaching you how to gain control of your feelings and learning how to, I guess, manifest the life you want. Because it's just about you. This is all about you. Like, your life is about you. It's time for you to get a little selfish. And it's time for you to think, and not selfish with materialized items, because that's some dumb shit. It's time for you to get a little selfish with your emotions. Do not go around humans that make you feel a certain way. It's very simple. Surround yourself with positive people, you'll be a positive person. Surround yourself with miserable people, you'll be a miserable person. Surround yourself with intelligent people, you will be intelligent. Surround yourself with idiots, you will be an idiot. It's the way it is. And this is all on you. If you surround yourself with other people who are anxious, they're going to verify and justify your anxiety, and then therefore you're going to feel like it's okay to be anxious every day. And you in your head have to be the one to say, enough is enough. I'm done feeling like this. I'm done being, letting my body control me. It's time for my mind to be in control. Because if you are anxious, if you're depressed, and it's affecting the way you live your life. Some people are so anxious they can't walk up to people and have a conversation. I could walk up to any human being randomly and have a random conversation like this. It's just the way I've trained my mind. I was not always like this because I used to be anxious. I used to be this. I used to feel that. But everything I know is a used to because I didn't want to get used to feeling that way. So I changed my mind. It's not easy, but it is what has to be fucking done. If you want to get off your fucking antidepressants and your SSRIs and these bullshit things that are just fucking up your mind and dulling you down and dulling your soul, then you have to learn to gain control of your soul and learn how to gain power into your soul, how to put light into your soul. You can't run a car without gas. You can't run your soul without light. You need to figure out a way to gain your power back, gain your mind back. And that starts with you learning what the fuck you want to learn. I don't care how dumb you think you are. We're all geniuses. The only thing that makes you dumb is the fact that you feel anxious about it, or that you feel scared about it, or that you don't want to look dumb about it, that you care about other people's opinions, or this or that. And this is awesome. That's the problem. The human problem is you. You are your own problem. You are the only one in the way of changing your own life, of changing the way you feel. You can be the most powerful thing that has ever walked on this planet if you choose to be. Or you could be the most scared, anxious thing that's walked on this planet if you choose to be. You are choosing your reality whether you realize it or not. And the people that say they don't have control, they gave the control up. You're giving your control. You're giving up the controller to another player instead of saying, yo, motherfucker, it's my turn. This is my life. So choose. What do you want? What do you want? Do you want to feel anxious anymore? Do you want to, feel sad? Do you want to, yes, sad things are going to happen to us. Everyone we love, I've lost 12, 13 people to the opioid epidemic in the past 3 years. I understand. Shit happens. Yeah, I've been homeless. I've lost children to the foster care system. I get it. But that's no excuse for me to be sad today. That's no excuse for me to be a dick. That's no excuse for me to act a certain way, because if my mom died, I am going to be sad. I am going to shatter. But that is no excuse for me to fuck up everyone else's life and make their life shatter, or be the depressed guy that makes everyone else depressed. Because I guarantee other people's moms have died too, and other people have lost people too, and I don't know, life goes on. So try to be the light in the world instead of the darkness. It's not that you have to do what I do. It's not that you have to be good. It's not that you have to get rid of your anxiety. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to do anything. But don't you think it'd be a better human experience for you if you were a little more in control of your emotions and felt a little better? And to do that, it's not going to be easy. You're going to have to do a lot of work, but it is possible.